Welcome. It's time for the home stretch, and our artist of the week directed that video you saw there. Interesting storyline and all. His name, Adekunle Adejuyibe, well known as NoDash, multi-talented filmmaker, director, cinematographer, writer, and editor. Again, one of those ones. He has a bachelor's degree from the University of Ilorin and graduated with a BSc in electrical
Oh
engineering.
God, another one.
After his degree, he he has worked at a couple of TV stations, networks, and rose through the ranks to become head of production and creative director before moving on to start his own media production. NoDash, filmmaker. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
NoDash. What's the origin of that?
No, that just means nothing missing. I mean, it's a philosophy. If you believe you have everything you need to become anything you want to be, you're the person without any minuses. No misses. Just a nickname that people
No
have called me for
minus.
years. No
So
minus.
filmmaking.
Yes.
You went from engineering drawing, screwdrivers,
Imagine.
soldering rods
Yes.
Carrying camera.
to cameras and all. Why?
Why? I don't know, but I'm glad I did it because filmmaking has its technical parts. I'm also, aside directing, I'm also a cinematographer. And electrical engineering really helps
Comes
with
in
that. Oh,
useful.
yes. I mean, it helps me really understand the technicalities of filmmaking, you know. So, I mean, I've always been a storyteller since I was young.
So would you be one of those that would say education just helps you perfect your talent?
Actually, I think in my case, that's exactly what happened. Education, I can't say I planned it that way, but yes, that's how it
It's all
turned
worked
out.
out for good.
Yes.
So how did your family take that?
They were pretty cool, actually. They're very supportive. You know how they're cool. They're like, no, we don't understand it, but we believe in you. But right now, everybody's, I mean, they can see what I saw years ago, and they're happy.
What did you see years ago?
I saw an industry, right? Like a lot of people, a lot of us, I've been watching Nigerian films, and we grew up on American films and stuff. And I saw an industry that could develop. I mean, we are the center of African entertainment, Nigeria. We have a population, I mean, we're the most populous black nation on earth. And that industry is the second largest in the world. But we had a quality problem. We still do to a certain extent. And I felt this is a large market, right? As a filmmaker, this is where you need to be. But we've got to improve the product so that more people can engage with the films and stuff. So I saw that promise and I felt, I can do this.
For how long have you been doing this?
Officially, I think from 2008, that's over 10 years now.
Okay, over 10
Yes.
years. Now, and in that time, have you seen any improvement? Because you have spoken about we need to improve.
Yes. Yes, I have seen. It's not been as fast as I would like it to be, to be honest. But I actually have seen a lot of improvement. And I think anybody who's been watching the industry can say they've seen some improvement. One of the things that you can see clearly is the production quality has improved. Storytelling still has a long way to go, and I think because storytelling is subjective.
Even that has improved.
Yes, even that has improved.
Yeah,
And
because
we're gonna get.
I went from a point where I could not watch a Nigerian movie for the life of me.
Yes.
Because there would always be a witch in it, or a witch doctor, or something, and red cloth and all that.
Yes.
And we are now pursuing more interesting storylines.
Yes.
Africa is not just all about witches and local medimen, marabu, and all that.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that, and I think it's quite interesting that we are now telling stories that are relevant to. I mean, we're telling our everyday experiences.
Our own stories, yes.
Yeah, which is for me the biggest part of filmmaking. It's
Yeah, but what about technical quality?
the technical quality has improved. There's a lot to be done, and I'm saying that as somebody who is also very technical. It has improved. Right now, I mean, there was a time we couldn't even get the same equipment that you shot with in Hollywood, for example. But now we do have the same cameras. Yeah, literally, we have the same cameras. We have some of the same lenses. We have access, and also the fact that filmmaking has been digitized has helped. In the past, you had just the film camera, and that was you had a lot of processes behind it. But now you have cameras that literally you can just pick, press record, and you're done. And just copy it. So that has helped. And those are the same tools they use everywhere. So we have the same tools now. And
Do you
then
have the same personnel?
now this I was going to that. Now we are beginning to have the same personnel. And this is the thing. You have people in the past, you just had people who picked up the camera and told stories. But now you have, because the industry is growing, you're having people who have background in engineering, for example, people who now understand not just press record, but understand actually how these things work on a scientific level and on an artistic level. So, and more people are coming in. You see a lot of bright young people who are doing, really big stuff in the industry. And I feel the future, I mean, it's just bright. There's no way around that.
So if you've worked on several projects, I see here that the producer has told us that you won several awards and you've done certain projects, and now you've decided to. There's one you just did. We'll talk about that when we come back from this break.
All right.
Welcome back. We still have NoDash in the house. He's a filmmaker. Adekunle. If that NoDash first. Adekunle is his name.
Yes, it is.
Adejuigbe.
Yes.
So, as I said earlier, you have this thing about you won several awards: best directing for a musical. You won a best editor in short international film, best cinematography, best editor in Nigerian Movie Awards, and all manner of awards that you won. And then you decided to release Delivery Boy. That's like your first feature film.
My first self-produced feature film, but not the first. I have made a film.
When I say your first
yes,
feature
you're
film.
right.
Your first feature film.
Yes,
okay.
you're correct.
So tell us about Delivery Boy and why you chose that.
Yeah, the Delivery Boy was made because, like I said, it was not my first, so there were many mistakes we made on the first one. Many. And the Delivery Boy was a response to... I've been working on a lot of projects as a cinematographer with, a lot of people. And there are certain stories that I want to tell that just were not being told. And it was an idea that got stuck in my mind. And I just felt, we've got to make this, And I made it because I wanted to do better, All the things we've taught, you said it yourself, you've been watching Nigerian films and you're like, oh, there's something wrong with them. But I just wanted to do something better, and that's exactly why we made this one.
So you think this is something better? And it's in cinemas?
Yes, it's in cinemas. Came to the cinemas from yesterday, so you can actually...
What's the story?
It's the story about a young suicide bomber who runs away the night before the suicide bomb and carries the bomb with him. And the question is, why? You don't not only run away, but you take the bomb with you. Why? That's how the film starts. And then on the way, he meets a prostitute who has a very interesting story too. But before that night ends, you find out the circumstances that created them. That's what the film is really about. The things that create the demons that now come back to haunt us.
Was the whole story told within 2 days? Because what you just said sounded like the whole story told within...
Actually, one night. The whole story happens in one night.
Why would you take a whole story and break it down in one night?
Because sometimes the themes that I was really looking to explore were I needed to create a situation that was explosive and have all these things happen so fast, unravel so fast. At the end of the film, you're shocked at how much information has been passed within that short time. And that's something, the film has been in film festivals around the world. It's been one of the best Nigerian film at AFRIF. And a lot of people say the same thing, like, so much was condensed into a little time. And I felt that was a very important way to tell that story, because one of the themes I was trying to explore was, think about it. We know these guys, suicide bomber, yeah, of course. We're familiar with that idea. Prostitute, yeah. But then are we? Do we all have, do you really know who these guys are? And that's what the film is about. At the end of the day...
So you take us into the...
Yes. But really, what I'm presenting, while it looks like the story takes you through the minds of these guys, essentially the story is holding up a mirror to show you who you are. Because there's a way we dissociate ourselves from all these bad things. We're like, oh, the suicide bombers are in northern Nigeria. But we forget that we're also a part of the situation. Do you understand? Food for thought.
So what? Okay. Where did you? What locations did you use?
We shot in Lagos, actually. But the film is set in a location where we don't tell you where it's set, actually. And that's deliberate. But it's not in the north, because they were sent on a mission somewhere. But we don't actually tell you where it is. It's up to you to figure out it.
Your location.
Yes. But we shot it in Lagos. If you're familiar with Lagos, of course, you might say, oh, I know that place, but that's it. No, we don't actually at any point tell you this is where this story was
You
situated.
all have a way of giving angles to this thing, even when we know the place.
Yes. Yes.
So what next?
Next is a lot of things, actually. The Delivery Boy was an experiment. It was, they say that people won't like stories that make, certain kind of stories. They say Nigerians only like comedies. And I felt, I don't know if that's true. Why don't we find out? So we made this one. And the response has been amazing. I mean, like I said, we screened New York African Film Festival, everywhere. And across the board, people respond the same way. Because even though they are not, I mean, the story, half of the film was, we're speaking Hausa half of the time. But people could relate to the humanity of the characters. And those are the kind of stories I will always explore, right? Stories that show that Africans and Nigerians are not just red rapatine characters, and they're not just one-dimensional characters. Yeah, they are people who have layers, extremely deep layers to who they are.
Thank you very much. Adekunle Adejuigbe, aka NoDash, filmmaker. Thank you for sharing
Thank you for having
interest
me.
with us.
And thank you for spending the last 3 hours odd with us this morning. We hope you will do the same next week. I'm Alero Edu, wishing you a happy weekend and a blessed week ahead.
And I'm Neo Taigbe. Go there, be the best you can be. This 29th, swearing in day, just be the best Nigerian